Good morning. This is June the 26th, Wednesday, 2024, and we are in BBA second semester, compulsory English class in section A, and we are starting a new chapter, that is adapting to a new culture. Written by Young Yun Kim. So the writer begins by saying that today more and more people are traveling from one country to another country. Today, more and more people are traveling from one country to another country. As a result, there is increased interface of cultures. Just let me open the text just a minute. For example, today people go to foreign country for political reasons. They may go to foreign country for economic reasons. They may go to foreign country for entertainment reasons. Right? For example, who goes to foreign country? Refugees may go to foreign country. Immigrants may go to foreign country. Diplomats may go to foreign country. So point is, today millions of people move from one country to another country. As a result, there is increased interface, there is increased interaction. Now, when a lot of people move from one country to another country, then people of one culture are coming to interact with the people of another culture. Right? For example, thousands of Nepali people today go to Saudi Arabia, other Gulf countries. Many of them go to Australia, UK, America for jobs, right? Now, what is the consequence? The consequence is that they meet new people, they meet new culture, they meet new societies. As a result, they face new problems. So this essay, what this essay does is, this essay talks about the experience of international travelers when they confront a new culture and how they adapt to a new culture and new communication system. So this essay is about how people from one culture, they go to another culture, and when they go to another culture, they face difficulty, and when they face difficulty, they have to adapt to new culture. So this essay discusses their experience of adopting a new culture. So what is this essay about? This essay is about the experiences of those people who migrate from one culture into another culture. And this essay discusses the experiences of cultural adaptation. the experiences of cultural adaptation. What is cultural adaptation? You are Nepali, you go to Australia, you meet Australian culture, right? White racial culture, and then you have to give up the habits of Nepali culture, you have to follow habits of Australian culture. That's a difficult thing. What problems you face and how you follow new culture. This is what this ACE is about. When you go to foreign country after doing a BBA, this information may be useful to you. Okay. The first thing that happens is when a person from one culture gets into another culture, the first thing that happens is they have stress. They have stress. Why do they have stress? They have stress because they do not know how to do things in new culture. They do not know the new language. They do not know the new cultural practices. They do not know how the other people speak, how they behave, how they do activities. As a result, they find themselves in a very difficult situation. And this difficulty of language and cultural adaptation creates stress. गाह्रो हुन्छ नि, भाषा बुझ्दैन, मान्छे गानी पानी थाहा हुँदैन. मैले एकजना साथीले भने याद छ, भर्खर क्यानाडा जानुभएको रहेछ, अनि भोलिपल्ट चाहिँ बिहानै एउटा स्टोरमा पाउरोटी किन्न जानुभएको छ पैसा लिएर. भोलिपल्ट अनि अलिअलि इङ्ग्लिस आउँछ उहाँलाई. पाउरोटीले भन्नुभयो, अनि पसलेले अन द गो भनेर सोचेर के अन द गो भनेर यसरी अन द गो सोचेर अब थाहै छैन के अन द गो भनेको. अनि यस यस भन्नुभएको छ. अनि उसले चाहिँ एउटा खाने कागज हुन्छ नि, सामान्य कागज हुन्छ हाम्रो त्यो पेपर हुन्छ डाइनिङ टेबलमा, त्यो पेपर राखेर दिएछ कि. अब उहाँले प्याकेटमा खोज्नु भएको रहेछ, नो नो भन्नुभयो. उसले फेरि अन द गो भन्छ, मैले यस भन्नुहुन्छ भरे पछि बल्ल घर आएर बुझ्नुभएको छ अन द गो भनेको हिँड्दै खाँदै गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ भइरहेको छ कि अन द गो भनेको. अब मै बुझ्दिनँ अन द गो मेरो भाषा होइन नि त्यो. अन द गो मिन्स डु यु वान्ट टु इट इट वाइल यु आर वकिङ. त्यो भएर उसले एकछिन प्याक गरिदिन्छ. अर डु यु वान्ट इट एट होम भने अर्कै प्याक गरिदिन्छ. सो आई गिभ एन एक्जाम्पल. When you do not know the language, you cannot do your day-to-day activity. Now, when there is stress, now what happened, when you go to a foreign country and you feel this stress, what do? You have less contact with the foreigners. You avoid contact. You avoid contact. Why? Because when you contact, you don't know how to do things. So the first thing is you talk less to people, you meet less them, you visit less them. This creates further problem. Second, you are not able to engage with other culture. भाषै आउँदैन, बोल्नै आउँदैन, काम गर्ने शैली नै थाहा छैन. So you can't do your day-to-day activity. Third, you feel to be a stranger. You feel that you are a stranger. Next, your beliefs and your assumptions as a Nepali, they are no longer relevant. Your culture is no longer relevant. Next, when nothing is relevant, you have to cope up with uncertainty and anxiety. You don't know ke hune ho aba, because you don't understand. And when you don't know what may happen, you have anxiety, and then you have to learn new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, and new ways of acting. This learning of new culture is called as acculturation. What is acculturation? Acculturation means the process of learning new culture. What is acculturation? The process of learning new culture. So first you have stress, then you go through acculturation, and as you learn the new culture, you have to forget your old culture. Unless you discontinue your habits, you cannot learn their habit. So learning their habit is acculturation. Forgetting your habit is called as deculturation. So when you arrive at a foreign country, both acculturation and deculturation takes place. What is acculturation? Learning new culture. What is deculturation? Discontinuing the habits of your own culture. Okay. Now, I said that the first thing that happens when you go to foreign countries, you are under immense stress, right? Now the question is, what produces stress? The process of acculturation and deculturation produces stress. Under acculturation, you are required to learn new language, you are required to learn new habits, you are required to learn new practices, and you have difficult time. Under deculturation, you have to discontinue your habits, and it's not easy to discontinue your habits. For example, तपाईँ फरेन जानुभयो अनि भर्खर जानुभएको छ, कलेजमा विद्यार्थी हुनुहुन्छ, चिया खान जानुभयो क्यान्टिनमा, अनि तपाईँ चाहिँ साथीले लिए जानुभएको छ, भर्खर चिनेको साथी, अनि उसलाई म पैसा तिर्दिन्छु भन्नुभयो भने उसले अफेन्डेड फिल गर्छ। हामी कहाँ त्यस्तो हुन्छ नि, हामी कहाँ त हामी अर्कालाई तिर्दै हामी म तिर्छु भन्छौँ नि, उनीहरू कहाँ तिमीले अर्कालाई म तिर्छु भन्यो भने दे फिल भेरी ब्याड। उनीहरूलाई के लाग्छ कि मलाई गरिब भन्ठान्यो, नसक्ने भन्ठान्यो, भिखारी भन्ठान्यो, अनि म तिर्छु भन्ठान्छ। हामी कहाँ के हुन्छ, इट्स अ कोर्सी। तपाईँले त्यो नजानेर आइल पे भन्नुभयो भने दे विल फिल अफेन्डेड। नाउ यु हेभ टु स्टप द्याट ह्याबिट, आइल पे ह्याबिट। There they order, they go in a group, everybody orders and they pay separately. हामी कहाँ त्यस्तो हुन्छ हुँदैन नि, हामी कहाँ त 5 जना गर्ने एकजना पे गर्छ नि, right? So stress is because you have to learn new habits and you have to quit old habits, right? And this creates psychological disturbance. You feel uneasy, and when this disturbance is too much, there is breakdown. You make phone home on video call and you cry. म बस्न सक्दिनँ, म घर आउँछु। किन छोरा के भयो, मैले के बुझ्दै जान्दै जान्दिनँ, मलाई गाह्रो भयो, म घर आउँछु। Right? Okay. Now, how do we cope with stress in a new culture? First is defense mechanism. What is defense mechanism? Being defensive. For example, selective attention. You stop paying attention to certain activities and conversations because you बुझ्दैन त्यसलाई मतलबै न attention नदिने कि. You manage stress through defense mechanism. What is defense mechanism? The process you follow to manage your stress when you are in a new culture. What is that process? The first step is called selective attention. कुनै कुरा मन पर्यो भने त्यसलाई ध्यान दिने, मन नपर्यो ध्यानै नदिने, बुझ्दैन इग्नोर गरिदिने. Next step is denial. You are committing an error, you made a mistake, but you say no, I didn't make it. Denial गर्ने. अथवा they call you and you say no, I won't come. Avoid गर्ने, deny गर्ने. Next is hostility. You become angry. You shout at the person. You quarrel with them. You show anger. You show irritation. Next is cynicism. You go mad. When it is too much, you go mad. Right? Next is avoidance. Or you may stop visiting them. You keep yourself under your door. घरै बस्ने, रुममा बस्ने, बाहिर नजाने, डिप्रेसनमा हुने, डिप्रेस हुने, कसैसँग नबोल्ने, फ्रस्ट्रेसन हुने, सुसाइड गर्न मन लाग्ने. किनभने गाह्रो भयो नि त. यहाँ पो मम्मीले चाहिँ बोलाएर खुवाउनु भएको छ, त्यहाँ त गाह्रो छ. तिमी पढ न कस्तो हुन्छ अस्ट्रेलिया गए पछाडि आफै कमाउनु पऱ्यो, फी तिर्नु पऱ्यो, कोटाबाट तिर्नु पऱ्यो, गाडीको ट्राभलको कमिटिङको तिर्नु पऱ्यो, होइन, जागिर खोज्नु पऱ्यो. देन फाइनली विथड्रल, यु कल होम एन्ड से जहाजको टिकट पठाइदिनु, म घर आउँछु, म अस्ट्रेलिया बस्दिनँ. So you begin with selective attention, then you deny, then you become angry, then you go mad, then you stop going to them, visiting them. Finally you say, I will quit this country. You say, I will come back. यस्तो सबैलाई हुँदैन, but it may happen. Okay, now, stress is not only bad, stress is also good. Because when you have stress, when you have problem, you look for solution. When you face difficulty, you ask, oh, मैले के गर्ने होला? You say, घर घर त हुँदैन, फर्केर त हुँदैन. I should learn, and you change. When there is stress, you start adaptation. What is adaptation? Adaptation is forgetting your habit, following their habit. It's not easy. It's not easy, but there is no option. There is no option. यत्रो गरेर 40 लाख खर्चेर आयो, घर जान त मिल्दैन. बेइज्जत हुन्छ, झन् बेइज्जत हुन्छ. हैन, फेसबुकमा फोटो हालेको छ, सी बीचमा उभिएको फोटो हालेको छ, हैन, बिल्डिङको फोटो हालेको छ. बानी कस्तो हुन्छ फरेन जानेको? खराब फोटो कुनै हाल्दैन. सबै त्यो फ्यान्टेसी टाइपको फोटो हाल्छ कि हुँदैन भएको अनरियल फोटोहरू हाल्छ. रियालिटी अर्कै हुन्छ. रियालिटी यस्तो हुन्छ, हैन, पागल भइरहेको हुन्छ मान्छे, जागिर पाएको हुँदैन, भाषा बुझ्दैन, केही बुझ्दैन. So now when you have frustration, when you have stress, you are motivated to change yourself and adapt, right? Now you start self-learning and adjustment. You start self-learning and adjustment. You encounter problems. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something. Every time you face a problem, you learn something. And the more problems you face, the faster you learn. The more difficulty you face, the faster you adjust. त्यसरी के गर्नु पर्यो? जति बढी गाह्रो हुन्छ त्यति फ्रिक्वेन्ट फरेन कन्ट्याक्ट बढाउनु पर्यो. कोठामा लक गरेर बस्ने होइन. अब अहिलेको जुन थियो नि, यो यस्तो गर्ने होइन. Don't do this. If you do this, you will never learn a new culture. तिमीले चाहिँ डिनायल गर्ने, रिसाउने, पागल हुने, हैन, ढोका लगाएर बस्ने, घर जान्छु भन्ने, you will never learn, right? Instead, what should you do? You should increase your meeting with the foreign people, foreign culture. The more you meet people, the more places you go, you will start self-learning, you will be able to adjust, and you will modify your knowledge, you will modify your feelings, and you will modify your behavior. Three things are there in culture. One, cognitive adaptation. What is cognitive adaptation? Learning the styles and processes of knowledge. How they use knowledge, how they know in their culture and in your culture. Second is affective. Understanding how they express emotions and feelings. Understanding how you should express your emotions and feelings. This is more important, because when you speak to foreign people, if you can easily grasp their emotional state, you will be able to adjust smoothly and talk smoothly. Three things I said. Understanding your knowledge, their knowledge, understanding your feeling, their feeling, understanding your behavior and their behavior. Next is, when you have stress, when you have difficulty, you ask yourself, what is happening? You observe. When you have difficulty, you observe. You pay attention. And as you pay attention, you start following their ways. You start living your ways. And when there is stress, there is adaptation. And when there is adaptation, there is internal growth. You grow. And over the years, you become American. You become Australian. After 10 years, you become one of them. Right? Okay. Now, When you go to a foreign culture, I'm pretty sure many of you will go, that's my guess. The first thing will happen, you will have communication difficulty. Because you will have to meet university officials, you will have to meet administrators, you will have to meet housing agents, you will have to meet grocery person, you will have to talk to the driver, you will have to meet other people. So you will have communication difficulties, right? Now, some people learn foreign culture quickly. Some people cannot learn quickly. Now the question comes, when you go to a foreign country, the first feeling you have is, you feel that you are a stranger. You are a stranger and others are also strangers. What is a stranger? A stranger is one who feels strange. A stranger is one who feels strange. And feeling strange means not knowing how to behave. Not knowing how to behave. एक फेरि म धेरै अगाडि एउटा अमेरिकनले हात मिलायो, हामी त गुड मर्निङ भन्ने बानी हुन्छ, हाउ डु यु डु भन्यो, मैले आई डु वेल भने, अनि हाँस्यो, मलाई थाहै थिएन कि हाउ डु यु डु भन्दा हाउ डु डु भन्नु मलाई थाहै थिएन नि त, आई डिडन्ट नो, मलाई गुड मर्निङ मात्रै थाहा थियो मलाई. When somebody says, how do you do? Your response should be, how do you do? हामीलाई नि थाहा छैन. In American culture, तिमीले हात मिलाउँदाखेरि how do you do भन्यो भने तिमीले के भन्नुपर्छ? How do you do भन्ने हो. I do well भन्ने होइन, I do fantastic भन्ने होइन. मैले के भने, I am doing fine भने. He laughed. The response for how do you do is not I am doing fine. It's how do you do? ठिक छ? ठिक छ. हामी नेपालीलाई पनि ठिक छ भन्छौँ नि. हाउ डु यु डु? हाउ डु यु डु. अर्को फेरि के भयो, मैले भने हाउ आर यु भनेर सोधेँ अमेरिकनलाई. वाट डिड ही से? इट्स सो सो भन्छ. म बुझ्दै बुझेन के भनेको. आई सेड हाउ आर यु? ही सेड इट्स सो सो. वाट डज इट मिन? इट्स सो सो मिन्स धेरै राम्रो छैन, ठिकै छ. धेरै राम्रो छैन, ठिकै छ. So the point I'm making is, when you go to a foreign country, you have communication difficulties. Now ask a question. What kind of people can adapt fast and what kind of people adapt slow? Those people who use defense mechanism, those people who avoid meeting them, those people who use denial, they can learn foreign culture very slowly. Those people who stay in the room, those people who do not meet foreign friends, those people who do not go out frequently, कहाँ जाने, बोल्न आउँदैन, किन जाने, घरै बस्ने, they learn very slowly. Whereas those people who talk more, who walk more, who meet more, who face more difficulties, they change faster. त्यही भएर के सिक्नु पर्यो? When you go to foreign country, भोलि जानुभयो भने जति नै गाह्रो भए पनि meet more Americans, more Australians, go to more shops, walk down the town, talk to more people, and the more you interact, the faster you will learn their ways. The more you interact, the faster you will learn their ways. And the faster you learn their ways, the better you will feel in that culture. So, we ask the question, why do some people adopt fast and some people adopt slow? So, those people who understand communication processes, they adopt fast, and those people who can't understand communication processes, they adopt slow. Okay. Now, in cross-cultural communication, there are two words, encoding and decoding. As I speak to you, I encode message. As you listen to me, you have to decode the message. Decoding message means understanding the message. Messages of two kinds, verbal message and non-verbal message. Verbal message and non-verbal messages. So you have to understand how to encode message and how to decode message, and the messages can be words or gestures, postures, facial expressions, eye contact, body movement, body posture, and space use. Right? Next. Okay. Now, what are the categories of communication activity? There are two types of communication activities: personal communication and social communication. When you talk to your friend in the room, when you talk to your brother in the coffee table, one-to-one, that is a personal communication. When you are in a gathering, social gathering, meeting, conference, and when you right now my talk is social. Right now my talk is social. But if we meet in the canteen and we two people talk, that may be a personal, right? So we have personal communication as well as social communication. Now what is personal communication? In personal communication, you may use private symbols, because if we two are friends for a long time, she understands my communication habits, I understand her communication habits. So even if I make a signal, even if I make a hint, she understands, for example. So we may use personal private symbols, right? And okay. Now, personal communication is linked to social communication. If you are not good at personal communication, you will not be good at social communication, right? Okay. Now, what is social communication? Two or more people interacting. Two or more people interacting. Okay. Now, Rubin defines social communication as process underlying intersubjectivization, a phenomena that occurs as a consequence of public symbolization. Okay. What is intersubjectivization? Inter-subject. What does subject mean? S-U-B-J-C-T. I am a subject. Subject means an individual. And inter-subject means between more than one individual. Right now in this class, I am having intersubjective communication. There are 25 people in this class. I am talking to them. So we all are subjects. We all are individuals. So social communication is intersubjectivization, means getting connected with different individuals through communication. What is social communication? Getting connected with multiple individuals through communication. Right now, उन्होंने बोल रहा है 4 जना है ना? That is intersubjectivization. अब मैं यार उन्होंने इंटरव्यू करे नहीं. This is intersubjectivization. एउटा सब्जेक्ट, अर्को सब्जेक्ट, अर्को सब्जेक्ट, अर्को सब्जेक्ट. अघि 3 जना बोलेको थियो, मैले बोलेको सुने, यहाँ आए, यिनीहरू बोलिरहेको छैन भने चुप लाग्यो. This is intersubjectivization. This is social communication. This is social communication. Okay. Personal communication is, she makes a very beautiful analogy. तिमीले घरमा आफ्नो कम्प्युटरमा इन्टरनेट नजोडिकिन इनपुट दिएर आउटपुट निकाल्यो भने द्याट इज पर्सनल कम्युनिकेसन. एउटा मेरो कम्प्युटर भयो नि, त्यो कम्प्युटरलाई इन्टरनेटमा जोडेर अरूसँग कनेक्सन गर्यो भने द्याट इज सोसल कम्युनिकेसन. द्याट इज अ ब्युटिफुल एनालोजी. Your input and output for a single computer is personal communication. जस्तै म चाहिँ घरमा तिम्रो क्लास तार पार्ने बेलामा राति पढिरहेको छु नि होइन, आज पढिरहेको थिएँ नि, राति पढेँ बसेर, द्याट इज पर्सनल कम्युनिकेसन. मसँग ल्यापटप छ, म पढिरहेको छु, म औसो बोलेको छैन नि. बट इफ आई कनेक्ट माई ल्यापटप एन्ड ह्याभ अ क्लास ओभर जुम, द्याट बिकम्स अ सोसल कम्युनिकेसन, राइट? ओके. So what is personal communication? One more definition. Mental processes by which we organize ourselves in and with our socio-cultural milieu, developing ways of seeing, hearing and understanding and responding to the environment. How I adjust with her, how I adjust with this classroom, how I understand the system here as a person, how I adopt, how I follow, how I adjust with the society. That is personal communication. एउटा व्यक्तिको रूपमा म कसरी जोड्छु आफूलाई अरूसँग, that is personal communication. And what is social? Okay, one more definition. Personal communication is how you understand yourself, how you understand others, how you do your work, how you act towards the यो टेबल छ, अब मैले पढाउन सुरु गरेँ, यो मैले यहाँ लगाउनुपर्छ भनेर बुझेँ, बिचमा हुनुपर्छ भनेर बुझेँ, राइट ठाउँमा राखेँ नि. दिस इज मैले डिसाइड गरेँ हो नि यो कहाँ राख्ने भएर. दिस इज पर्सनल. एज अ पर्सन आई सुड बी एबल टु मेक राइट युज अफ थिङ्स. अब के भयो, अरू फोकस भयो नि, मिलेन. नाउ आई ब्रिङ हियर, आई डिसाइड. अब मिल्यो. हु डिसाइडेड? I decided as a person. So the decisions I take as a person to adjust myself in the society, these are personal communication abilities. Okay, now we have, okay. What is communication competence? Competence is ability to do something. Competence is ability to do something. You have hearing competence. I have speaking competence. We all have fair competence of English language. We are able to speak. Now what is communication competence? Ability to speak clearly, accurately, ability to listen clearly, ability to read messages, ability to write messages, and ability to convey information from one party to our party. So what is communication competence? Ability to speak, ability to listen, ability to read, ability to write, in other words, ability to transfer message and ability to decode message. अहिले मैले भनेको कुरा बुझिरहेछ भने you have communication competence. अहिले मैले भनेको कुरा बुझिरहेको छैन भने you don't have communication competence. Okay. Now when you go to a foreign country, suppose you are Nepali and you go to America. So America is your host country. If you go to Australia, Australia is your host country. If you go to India, India is your host country. Right? Okay. So what is host communication competence? If I go to America, host communication competence means, do I understand how Americans speak? Am I able to listen what they say and understand? Am I able to read what is written in English? कतै instruction लेखेर ढोकामा कतै, do you understand? Can I compose a message in English because Americans speak English? Or the second language in America is Spanish. So host communicative competence might mean, do I speak Spanish? Can I listen Spanish language and understand? Can I write in Spanish? Can I read Spanish? Do I know how Spanish people or Americans behave? How they do things? एक फेरि के भयो कल्चर कस्तो हुन्छ फर्स्ट टाइम कसैले मलाई ठुलो रेस्टुरेन्टमा लिएर गयो 20 वर्ष अगाडि म त्यस्ता गएको थिइनँ गएर बसेँ त्यो वेटरले मलाई पहिला के गर्यो भने रुमाल भिजाएर ल्याएर दियो के भिजाएर ल्याएर दियो अनि म त बुझ्दै बुझिनँ खाना गएको छ भोक लाएर भिजेको रुमाल ल्याएर दिन्छ अनि म त एकदमै अलमल परेँ के अनि के गरेँ मैले अब साथीले के गर्छ हेर्नु पऱ्यो नि त एकछिन वेट गरेँ अनि उसले त रुमाल खोल्यो हात पुछ्यो मुख पुछ्यो अनि राखिदियो बल्ल बुझेँ कि म गर्मीबाट आएको छु धुलोबाट बाटोबाट यो पुछ्नु दियो मैले पुछेँ धेरै पटक मैले खान जानेको छैन फोर्क युज गर्न जानेको छैन स्पुन किनभने त्यो कल्चरमा थिएन नि त धेरै पटक एक्चुअली यही के सिकायो मैले खाना खाएपछि चम्चा राखेँ विद्यार्थीले राखेको मिलेन सर भन्यो यसरी राख्नुभयो भने आई एम नट सेटिस्फाइड विथ द फुड यु अफर भन्ने हुन्छ सर घोप्टाएर राख्नु भन्यो अब चाहिँदैन पुग्यो मलाई भन्यो क्रस राख्यो भने के हुन्छ प्यारल राख्यो भने के हुन्छ माई पोइन्ट इज when you come to a foreign culture there is a lot of things to learn particularly how people behave how people do things so host communication competence means if you go to Australia being able to know how Australian people do things for example your ability to understand what they are saying your ability to understand native speech right that's community competence okay and when you don't have this competence you feel stranger you feel painful and then you feel handicapped right and then you feel very bad and you want to leave that society okay so what are the elements of host communication competence first is you should know the language of the host country if you are going to China you must know Chinese language if you are going to Japan you must know Japanese language if you are going to Saudi Arabia you should know the Saudi language you should know the language and you should know social norms एक बार के केस भयो एकजना नेपालीले साउदीको डिपार्टमेन्टल स्टोरमा काम गर्ने रहेछ एकजना मुस्लिम महिला आमा छोरी सामान किन्न आएछन् बेसार किन्न आएछन् हल्दी माथिबाट दराजबाट त्यो हल्दी झिकेर कस्टमरलाई दिने बेलामा खसेछ प्याकेट खसेपछि त्यो नेपाली सेल्स पर्सनले अगाडि गएर प्याकेट उठाएछ उठाउनलाई बेन्ड डाउन गरेछ बेन्ड डाउन गर्दाखेरि उसको बडीले कुमले त्यो लेडीलाई टच गरेछ अनि लेडीले चाहिँ पुलिस बोलाएछ र त्यो नेपाली केटो कति महिना जेल परेछ लेडीले कम्प्लेन गरिदिएर यसले मिसबिहेभ गर्यो मलाई टच गर्यो भनेर मिडल इस्टमा के भन्छ भने यहाँ गएपछि बाटोमा हिँडिराख्नु भएको छ र के सिकाउँछ भने नेपालीहरूलाई बाटोमा हिँड्दाखेरि वरिपरि घर हुन्छ नि हामी नेपालीको बानी के हुन्छ च्यालमा हेर्ने बानी हुन्छ अनि मुस्लिम कन्ट्रीमा के हुन्छ त्यहाँको लोकल वुमेनसँग तपाईँ बाटोमा हिँड्दाखेरि आँखामा हेरेर आई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्नु भने जेल जानुपर्छ र धेरै नेपालीहरू जेल जान्छन् थाहा नपाएर नेपाली बानी फेरि हेर्ने बानी हुन्छ नि त I gave few examples. Just my point is, the point I'm making is, if you do not know the social norms, what is right and what is wrong, you will be in big trouble. You will be in big trouble. तपाईँ अमेरिका जानुभयो अमेरिकनलाई साथी बनाउनु भएको छ बाटोमा हिँडिराख्नु भएको छ नेपालीको बानी हामी हात समाउँछौँ हाँसमा हिँड्नुभयो तपाईँको साथीले के सोध्छ तपाईँ गे हो भन्ने ठान्छ अब राइट बिकज होल्डिङ ह्यान्ड्स फिजिकल टच बिट्विन मेल एन्ड मेल इज नट ओके अनलेस यु आर गे राइट नाउ another element of competence is your ability to manage interpersonal relationship and solving your problems. How to maintain good relation? How to maintain good relation? एउटा इक्जाम्पल दिन्छु म अफ क्यामेरा भन्नु पछि अन क्यामेरा भन्नुहुँदैन अहिले क्यामेरा बन्द गरेर चाहिँ भन्छु ल के भयो भन्छु मैले वाट ह्यापन्स when you don't know the norm अफ क्यामेरा भन्छु म Okay, I'll stop here. Now we'll begin the 3 categories. I'll stop here and tell the